Are you looking for the best bread machines? In this video we will look at some of the best bread machines on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Starting at number 1. Oster 2-pound Expressbake Breadmaker. Nearly 2,500 customers gave this bread machine 5 stars, because, as one reviewer says, it has all the features you could want, such as a viewing window for bread types, light/medium/dark crust settings, and much more. It beeps when it is time to add fruit and delay timers. People love that they can make multiple loaves of bread in no time, like this mom of 6 who writes, "With this bread machine, I won't dread bread making day since the machine does 90% of the work for me." As a first-time bread machine user, I definitely recommend giving into the new technology and investing in a bread machine. This one proved to be very easy to use and made very delicious bread for my family. Another experienced bread maker was dumbfounded by how high quality this machine is for such a low price, writing, "How does this plasticky, lightweight, cheap-looking, with all due respect, bread machine make a way better bread than my previous expensive, high-end bread machine? How? Just how?" The dough mixed well, rose well, and after it baked, the crust was just perfect, and the crumbs, oh the crumbs! It is moist, soft, bouncy, chewy, nutty. Did I mention soft? Forget about all the over $100 or $200 expensive bread machines. Just get this one. Plus, reviewers loved they could save money on bread after buying this. Baking your own bread with this machine is easy and economical. You can take pride in it just as you would when making bread and kneading it with your own 2 hands, as one reviewer sums it up. At number 2. SKG Automatic Bread Machine. Dozens of reviewers describe this bread machine as easy to use, which is why it seems to be such a hit with beginners. I purchased this bread machine because I struggle with making homemade bread, and really needed something that is foolproof. This little gem made me perfect bread, writes one. The first time, I followed the instructions exactly for the #1 simple bread, and it was perfect. Other beginners were concerned their bread wouldn't be as authentic from this machine as if they made it themselves, but at least one reviewer assures that this isn't the case. As newbies to this sort of thing, we thought we were making some compromises in order to keep things simple. Bread making is way easier than we thought it would be, and we're really enjoying fresh bread, without all the additives of store-bought. One likes the machine so much, he jokes, "I'm going to get fat," but overall he feels the machine is worth it, writing, "Very easy machine to use, put it all in, and it does the work. Bam, 3 hours later you have bread." At number 3. Sunbeam Programmable Bread Maker. Many love that they can program this bread machine cycle, so the baking process fits within their schedule. One reviewer comments, "It's very handy for a busy mom who needs to put off her pizza dough until after I get back from shopping," and another who loves this feature writes, "I thoroughly enjoyed using this bread maker, especially programming it to have hot bread when you wake up in the morning." One initially skeptical reviewer believed an art such as bread making cannot be replicated by a machine, but after his first go, his opinions changed. He writes, "With great trepidation, I set it and let it go. Soon, my home was filled with the delicious aroma of fresh bread. Could it be? Could the legends be true? I easily released the bread from its pan and took a bite. Holy guacamole, I made bread by dumping some crap in a bowl, sticking it in a machine and going to play video games." Another just loves that this bread machine is so simple to operate, is very quiet, and makes bread making a lot more fun than it used to be. At number 4. Hamilton Beach HomeBaker 2-pound Bread Maker Machine. More than one reviewer called this bread maker with a gluten-free setting a lifesaver. One mom with 2 kids with celiac disease complains that store-bought gluten-free bread is half the size of a regular loaf of bread and twice as expensive, and so she loves this bread machine, writing, "It has performed beautifully to make us affordable bread for my family." Another was fed up with store-bought gluten-free bread, commenting, "I forgot how soft bread can be. This made a great loaf of gluten-free bread. I can have bread that wasn't frozen first and I don't have to toast it to eat it." This reviewer who doesn't have access to gluten-free bread for her husband with celiacs felt this bread machine has been heaven sent. She continues, writing, "I have baked several loaves, and every loaf has been perfect. Slices well, looking just like regular store-bought bread. The machine has paid for itself already." One reviewer has been baking for over 70 years and just enjoys making bread with or without gluten. He writes, "For those who want a quiet machine, you will not be disappointed. For those who want quick, easy, and convenient, you will also be happy. Best of all, your bread will be tasty and satisfying." At number 5. Zojirushi Home Bakery 1-pound loaf programmable mini bread maker. Many complained that a 2-pound loaf was too big, like one who writes, "The loaf size, at just a pound, is perfect for singles like me. I do not have to freeze so much extra bread, and it gets eaten before it gets stale or bad. I love this little machine." He updated his review years later, writing, 5.5 years and still going strong. Holy kitchen counter appliances, Batman. Now, at 49, I've had to slow down on my bread consumption for health reasons, but every single time I use the baby Zoji, it still works perfectly. Another reviewer agrees with all points, noting, "It is a heavy, quality product. I would highly recommend." The 1-pound size is great for households with 1 or 2 people. Love waking up to the smell of bread cooking. One reviewer feels more passionately, calling this machine a lifesaver. She writes, "Having a child with multiple food allergies and not being able to buy bread has been quite a challenge. With this machine, I just put all my own allergy-friendly flours and starches in the machine, hit a button, go do other things, and 3 hours later, I have a loaf that my child can safely eat. It is worth every penny." At number 6. Zojirushi BB CEC20 Home Bakery Supreme 2-pound loaf bread maker. Lots write that they've had this bread machine for years and it still works as if it's brand new. One who has used hers for over 8 years, writes, "The bread is very consistently made. If there's a failure, it's from mismeasuring or curious onlookers opening the machine during its cycle. It's the best machine I've owned for bread making. I'd give it more stars if it were possible." Another bought a Zojirushi bread machine 15 years ago and just updated his model with this version. He writes, "The new machine operates just like the old one, with the same electronic, easy-to-understand choices. It is stainless rather than white, and the new machine is significantly quieter than the old white one." More reviewers completely agree, with one noting, "This is my third Zojirushi in the past 30 years, I use it just about every day. The best thing about this model is it has 2 mixing blades so your dough is mixed evenly." Others love the simplicity of this model, saying that you truly can spend 5 minutes putting ingredients in it then come back to a beautiful loaf of bread for hours later, as one puts it.